Ruellia, Mexican Petunia. This is what Ruellia seed pod look like. Seeds pod have explosive dehiscence. This is what Ruellia seed look like. I sow Ruellia seeds by broadcasting them evenly across the soil surface. After that, I give a very light sprinkle of water to the soil surface. Ruellia seeds start to germinate. This is what Ruellia cotyledon leaf look like. Under ideal conditions, Ruellia seed usually germinate between day 3 to day 7. Please keep soil moist until Ruellia seeds germinate. For me, temperature for Ruellia germination are about 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Ruellia, true leaf emerging. Success germination rate depend on seed's quality, seed age, moisture, light and temperature. When you propagate Ruellia by seeds, it is common to have some seeds fail to germinate. Ruellia produces on average 20.6 seeds per capsule, with 90% to 96% germination rate under optimal conditions. For me, on average Ruellia seed viability are about 1 year. Seed viability for Ruellia is greatly affected by its quality at the time of collection, its treatment between collection and storage and the conditions in which it is stored. For me, temperature for growing Ruellia are about 22 to 32 degrees Celsius. If you live in colder climate, you could start indoors and transplant later. Ruellia lifespan in my climate is perennial. Ruellia is a perennial plant in zones 8 to 11 in United States. Ruellia is listed as invasive species in some part of the world. This is because Ruellia is able to tolerate a wide range of environmental, have rapid growth rate, and high germination rate. Established Ruellia can further spread by rhizome production. Ruellia can also resprout from crowns or rootstocks when cut back or killed back by frost. Finally, Ruellia seeds can germinate in both light and dark conditions. So check with your local authority, council before try to grow them. There are no known biological control agents for Ruellia. To remove Ruellia completely, dug up the plant with a shovel, with the aim to remove the entire root mass. Fail to do so, it will continue to resprout. Ruellia is native to Mexico, western South America, and the Caribbean. Container size I use for growing Ruellia: height 20 centimeters, width 30 centimeters. You also can grow Ruellia in bigger container than mine. The bigger the container, the bigger root system will develop and will resulting bigger plant. For me, the advantage for growing in container is gives me more control over sunlight, moisture and temperature. For me, Ruellia can grow from 70 centimeters to 1 meter in height. Ruellia can attract butterflies, bees and other pollinators to your garden. Their leaves are food for the caterpillars of several Lepidoptera, butterflies and moths. Ruellia need at least 6 hours of sun to thrive. I place my Ruellia at full sun location. Ruellia can be grown in semi-shade location. From my observation, Ruellia that grow in semi-shade produce less flower. I think more sunlight exposure will make Ruellia produce more flower. Ruellia prefer to grow in tropical, subtropical, monsoonal climate. For this growing season, on average my water usage is 400 milliliters. In my climate, I water my Ruellia every day. Time I water my Ruellia is between 7 to 8 a.m. If raining, I do not water my plant. Water usage depend on container size, container type, weather and climate you live in. Your water usage may be different than me. Once established, Ruellia is drought-tolerant plant. Young Ruellia plant still need to regular watering. My minimum temperature when growing Ruellia is 24 degrees Celsius. My maximum temperature when growing Ruellia is 32 degrees Celsius. My average humidity when growing Ruellia is 86%. I grow my Ruellia in tropical climate. Soil I use for growing Ruellia contain cocoa peat, red burn soil, micro, fine sand, old humus and charcoal. You can use whatever growing media available to your convenience. Ruellia can be grown in almost any type of soil. Ruellia tolerate alkalinity soil, but usually do great in neutral or slightly acidic soil. For optimal growing conditions, please use a well-drained fertile soil to grow Ruellia. Soil pH for growing Ruellia 6.5 to 7.5 pH. My soil when growing Ruellia is about 7 pH. From what I understand, Ruellia doesn't have any notable insect pest or disease concerns to be worried about. When growing Ruellia, I don't encounter any plant diseases. When growing Ruellia, I don't encounter any plant pest. Ruellia are from Acanthaceae family. Ruellia leaves are narrow and linear, some have distinct purple veins. Veins are prominent on the underside of the leaf. Ruellia leaf margins can be smooth or wavy. Ruellia stems are green or purple in colors. Ruellia flowers are in trumpet-shaped form. Ruellia petals are approximately round to obovate, with irregular edges, and a longitudinal groove in the middle. Ruellia flower variety come with purple, white and pink colors. Ruellia simplex C. Right, Ruellia simplex White Katie, Ruellia simplex Chi Chi. Each lovely Ruellia flower lasts just a day, but the plant produces flowers daily. There are also dwarf-type Ruellia supposedly to be less invasive. Currently Ruellia has been categorized as Category 1 invasive species by the Florida Exotic Pest Plant Council, FEPPC. I don't use any fertilizer when growing Ruellia. If you see your Ruellia is struggling and want to use fertilizer, please do not overfeed the plant. Please read and follow the instructions carefully before starting using any fertilizers. Weed control is one of the significant tasks has to be carried out for much better quality Ruellia plant. Since weeds compete with plants for water, space and nutrients. So we need to control them regularly. My favorite weed control is pulling out the weeds by hand. You also can cover the soil with newspaper to do weeds control. I don't use any herbicides in weed control for my Ruellia. Ruellia is propagated by stem cutting, seed or division. First flower bud emerging. Heavy rain ruin the flower blooming. New flower bud emerging. Ruellia usually planted for container planting, parks and gardens, small gardens, flowerbed or use as border. White Ruellia flower. Ruellia pruning requires only removing of old leaves. Ruellia require least maintenance compared to roses. Relocate my flower to protect from rain. Other name for Ruellia are Ruellia simplex, Mexican Petunia, Mexican bluebell, or wild petunia. According to Wikipedia, Ruellia the genus was named in honor of Jean Ruel, herbalist and physician to Francis I of France. Thank you for watching.